What is going on, everybody? Today I want to talk to you about one of the newer releases from Amouage. Today we're going to be talking about Guidance. Before I hop into the review, if you guys are fans of fragrance-related content just like this, and maybe you've been watching the channel or you're new to the channel, either way, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications for all future videos. It helps out a ton. So this fragrance was composed by Quentin Biche. He's one of my favorite perfumers. He's done some things recently for Amouage, for Marc-Antoine Barrois, and just everything that he's releasing recently has been great for me. I've loved it. The performance on everything is awesome. The scent is very unique. But with Guidance, I was concerned about it being a little bit too feminine, but this is one that I think you fellas should try out. So let's hop into the notes and I'll go into what I get out of the scent profile. There are a ton of notes in Guidance and there's no way I can remember them all off the top of my head, so I'm using a cheat sheet. Sue me. All right, so the notes behind this are pear, hazelnut, olibanum, osmanthus, rose, saffron, jasmine sambac, sandalwood, vanilla, akigala wood, ambergris, and labdanum. All right, so when you first spray this on, you are greeted with the pear, you're greeted with the hazelnut and the saffron and rose. Those four notes stick out the most to me. And I think based upon reading the notes, you might think, well, this sounds like it's gonna lean pretty feminine. I can't lie, in the beginning, when you first spray it, it does lean a bit feminine based on those notes, but as it dries down, you're gonna get the frankincense. In my opinion, that is the star of the show, and it actually seems to be the star of the show and the theme running throughout these four newest Amouage fragrances. Heavy on the frankincense, and you're gonna detect that throughout all of these. So with a dry down, which comes about 30 to 40 minutes after application, is what you're gonna be left with for most of the fragrance. The dry down stays and really kind of amplifies that frankincense, amplifies, I start to get ambergris in the base, which I love ambergris, this kind of like salty, clean smelling musk that's underneath, that's the ambergris. And it's just absolutely incredible. The scent trail that this leaves is phenomenal. The performance on this, you're gonna get 10 to 12 plus hours. If you spray it on your clothes, you'll smell it the next day. There's a good chance you could even wake up, go in to take a shower, and the steam reignites this fragrance. It's just very potent, as are all Amouage fragrances. But I just find this one to be so classy, especially on a woman. I think this is like a boss perfume. This is a boss babe perfume, but for the men out there who are wanting something a little bit daring, who don't mind to go into kind of like unisex territory, I still think this fragrance remains unisex and retains its masculinity and masculine qualities as it goes into the dry down. So for men out there, don't be afraid of the pink bottle. Don't be afraid necessarily of the notes list. I think that this is a fragrance that could dethrone a fragrance like BACCARAT ROUGE 540. If you guys are loving BACCARAT ROUGE 540, if it's a fragrance that you've been wearing for years and maybe you want something a little bit different, I would try this because this is a head turner. This is so unique that you're gonna get people coming up to you and saying, hey, what is that you've got on? I have worn this a few times. I've been complimented a few times. It's just a stunning fragrance. It's not gonna be for everybody because of the complexity of the scent profile. I think that there are some things that could be a bit challenging in here for some people. Some of the more dense notes, the frankincense, the intensity of some of those middle notes, I think might offset some people, but if you're a niche perfume lover, and you're familiar with the brand of Amouage, this is one that I highly, highly recommend that you check out. This is my favorite release of 2022. All right, so the price point on this is pretty high. It's $360 for a 100 ml bottle or a 3.4 ounce bottle. That is certainly on the higher end, but with Amouage, unlike maybe any other company that I've experienced, you can feel the price of the fragrance when you wear it. Do I think it's worth it? Yes, I do think it's worth it. Overall, you're gonna get a very milky, creamy, woody, spicy, inviting type of a fragrance. Amouage Guidance is a fragrance that I highly recommend that you check out.